together amid the noise of the market and share a hand-rolled marijuana cigarette. But the baseline relationship is already frayed. There is an underlying friction between them, stemming from a petty dispute over parking space and street positioning that has been quietly compounding their personal resentments. As the marijuana takes effect, the argument becomes deeply personal. Nabi delivers a specific, humiliating public taunt, Saduvani Pesihe. He is openly mocking Ravi's unmarried status in front of the market crowd. The psychoactive effects of the drug collide with the acute public humiliation. Ravi's restraint shatters, turning a mundane dispute into a fatal psychological breaking point. Ravi grabs the long pineapple knife from his cart. He lunges at Nabi, initiating a relentless, explosive physical attack, stabbing him directly in the chest and stomach. Nabi falls to the ground. Several bystanders rush forward, attempting to intervene. Ravi immediately turns his focus outward, wildly brandishing the long blade at the crowd. He forces them back, securing a tight perimeter around his victim. For 2 agonizing minutes, Ravi holds total physical control over Nabi. He pins him down in the dirt and uses the blade to brutally and entirely sever his victim's head in the middle of the street. The killing immediately shifts into a theatrical display of terror. Ravi picks up the severed head and holds it high, parading it in front of the onlookers to intentionally shock and paralyze the crowd. He walks precisely 10 meters away from the body. Reaching the market's main gate, he carefully wedges the head between the exposed bricks, securing it into the structure. Seeing the head mounted on the wall triggers absolute panic. The paralyzed bystanders break their trance and scatter, fleeing the perimeter to escape the killer. The precise placement of the head was a final theatrical act of terror. By mounting the head 10 meters from the body at the market's main gate, Ravi transformed a murder into a public installation, ensuring the entire community would be forced to witness the result. Ravi abandons his cart and flees the market. He runs 2 kilometers on foot, eventually seeking refuge deep inside the dense bushes near the Sultan Poker neighborhood. He does not stay hidden for long. A vigilante mob of roughly 150 people rapidly forms, tracking his path and entirely surrounding his hiding spot before police units can arrive to secure the perimeter. Instead of charging blindly into the brush against a man armed with a massive blade, the mob deploys a terrifyingly calm psychological tactic. They hold their ground and begin negotiating with him. Members of the crowd call out explicit, specific promises. They tell Ravi that if he throws the knife away and surrenders peacefully, they will guarantee his safety and hand him over to the authorities completely unharmed. Believing the crowd's assurances, Ravi complies. He throws the pineapple blade out of the bushes and steps forward to surrender. This pivot from pursuit to negotiation was a tactical deception. By recognizing exactly what promise would convince an armed man to lower his defense, the group successfully used the killer's own desire for survival to remove the immediate physical threat. The moment the weapon hits the ground, the trap snaps shut. The mob instantly surges forward in a single violent wave, swarming the defenseless man. The facade of a peaceful surrender vanishes. The crowd drags him out of the brush and attacks him simultaneously with heavy wooden sticks, bricks, and their bare hands. By the time law enforcement arrives, the situation has completely degraded. The officers are physically overpowered, battered, and pushed back, forced into defensive postures behind riot shields as they fail to break the mob's grip. The lynching continues uninterrupted. Ravi is beaten to a pulp, and his mangled body is dragged brutally through the streets before he is eventually pronounced dead at the hospital. The violence bleeds into the surrounding city. Subhash Chalk is locked down amid widespread arson. The local hospital is heavily vandalized, and police must file murder charges against 150 unidentified citizens. In a single morning, the busy agricultural market became a site for both a public decapitation and a retaliatory lynching. The event demonstrated how quickly institutional law enforcement could be sidelined, leaving the streets to be governed by the immediate, violent impulses of a gathered crowd.